RiverBender's coverage of today's event is brought to you by Macias Insurance Agency, your local independent insurance agent. Liberty Bank, Bank Local, Bank Liberty. Roberts Motors, the value store since 1949. Lewis and Clark Community College, empowering people. Munganaz Burkhardt Toyota, the biggest selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend. Ed Eagle's Discount Carpet, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices. Nautilus Fitness Center, the Riverbend's premier health club. Barrett Heating and Cooling, proudly serving Madison, Jersey, and Macoupin County since 1896. Cheapy's Tires, dependable tires at an unbelievable price. Midwest Motorsports, the St. Louis area's fun dealer.
Get ready to fit a whole lot more into your day. Introducing the all-new U-Force 1000. It's the talk of the industry, and for good reason. It starts with the all-new 1000cc engine, 79 horsepower, liquid-cooled. Drivetrain, CB Tech, as durable as it gets under heavy loads. The U-Force 1000, everything you need to ride without compromise.
I started on the police force at age 18. From the ground up, I finally made captain because I was given a chance to work for it. Everyone deserves that same chance. I'm Chris Tharp, and I'm not your usual Democrat. I'm a workers' Democrat. And in the Senate, I'm focused on two things: keeping our community safe and creating an economy focused on helping the middle class. Being a union member myself, we will add more trade schools and job training programs so everyone willing to work hard gets a chance at a good life.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you. For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganaz Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and it will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganaz Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganaz Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect. When you need reliable tires without breaking the bank, you won't find a better deal than Cheapy's Tires. Our extensive selection of tires include all major brands, both new and used, along with rims. We'll get you where you need to be with more cash in your pocket. We can work with any budget and get you back on the road in no time. Rough weather is just around the corner, and low tread just won't do. So don't get stuck with bad wheels. Visit Cheapy's Tires on East Broadway in Alton today. Dependable tires at an unbelievable price.
Or at least it didn't look like it.
I don't think so. I mean, I think once, and 2 minutes from now, no one's going to remember that they did it. It was, an interesting decision by Coach DeVries, I guess. But, I don't think it'll matter much in terms of the outcome of the game when it's all said and done.
And fans are lined up along the fence around both bleachers, as expected. A big crowd tonight, and we get ready for the kickoff in this game. And two teams that like to run the football, two teams that play a lot of defense, and that is some of the keys to this game as the kick goes short and the Oilers will return it. to the 20, 25, out near the 30. Here comes a flag on our first play of the game, too. And our Quality Automotive Network keys to victory. Running the football. Both teams love to do that. Both teams love to play a lot of D.
Yeah, we might see 10. I would say the over-under on passes tonight is probably 10. If we see that many, I'd be surprised. Last time I was here for a Wood River game, they didn't throw a pass till the third quarter. So it could be, you're going to see a lot of ground game from both teams tonight, and penalty against the Oilers here on the opening kickoff.
Holding on the return team, the Oilers. Our Quality Automotive Network keys to victory. Get keys to a great new vehicle at Quality Buick GMC on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton, or at Quality Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Jerseyville. Owned and operated by the Stevenson family since 1958. And we get ready for action tonight here in the 7 o'clock hour. You're in tune to WBGZ Alton as the Shells and the Oilers battle here in Week 8.
I'm just going to listen to you for who did what on Roxana's team because you can't see their numbers at all.
No, it's very difficult for sure. All year long it's been hard to see those gold numbers. Here's a run to the near side. It's a quarterback keeper. Romero running it and stopping it quickly as the Shells string it out, and Romero doesn't get much. Evan Wells in on that tackle with some other Shells.
You know, it's interesting, these two teams, there's not going to be any trickery, really. I mean, both teams know what the other team's going to try to do. It's going to be a steady diet of Seth Slayton from Wood River, a steady diet of Evan Wells from Roxana. So they might have to find some other ways to try to move the football because there's a lot of predictability from both offenses, truthfully.
Evan Wells, part of that tackle that bumped Romero out with a loss of 2. They're back to their own 16-yard line now, 2nd down and 12. Romero gets the snap. He hands the ball off. Right side, 22. That's Slayton, and he is stacked up maybe a yard. It's going to be 3rd and long, and neither team wants to be 3rd and long.
No, that's a bad down and distance for both teams, and you know, it's probably going to come down to who can be more physical, because you know what the other team wants to do. So it's going to really be blocking and tackling for the most part. So far, the Shells getting in the better of it on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
3rd and 11, 10.5 minutes to go. First quarter as we're just underway. Here's the handoff right up the middle. Not much there. Again, the Shells stacking it up. And again, we may see a lot of 3-and-outs here tonight. We'll see how that goes. That was Slayton again, and he gets, to the 13-yard line, or make it the 18-yard line, 4th and 10.
Just goes to show you the conservative nature, really, of both coaches, Coach Heron there. Even on a 3rd and long, up the middle, keep it on the ground, go ahead and punt it away, and leave it in the hands of your defense.
So we'll see what the Shells can do with their first possession here, 2 minutes into the game. Here's the punt by the Oilers. It's a low-line drive that's going to cross over the 50, roll to the 40, back near the 30-yard line. A good Oiler roll there, and the Shells will start at their own 31-yard line.
That's a terrific outcome for the Oilers there. On that punt from Gerber, they get a great roll. The Shells get away from it, and the Shells now will have what looked like they were going to maybe start around midfield. Instead, they'll start right around their own 30. Turnovers also going to be key in this contest. You know, whoever wins that turnover battle has a good chance of being on top of the scoreboard when this one's all said and done.
Turnovers and penalties.
Yep.
That's a big part of high school sports and high school football. And the quarterback gets ready for Roxana. Roxana, 8 seniors on their roster. The Oilers with double that, 16 seniors. And here's a jump by the Oilers defense. And we've seen the Shells jump off sides a lot this year, but here's a penalty, offsides on the defense, 5 yards for the Shells.
Smart play, first play from scrimmage. Defense is keyed up. They go hard count, and the Oilers 2 or 3 jump off sides and give the Shells 5 free yards on first down.
Chris Wallach, the quarterback, junior for Roxana. Miguel Romero, the quarterback for the Oilers, is a senior, but now it's Wallach with the 2 wingbacks, and he puts a man in motion, and that man's going to get the ball, but they pitch it to Ellis, the wide receiver, coming around the edge. First down and more as he's tripped up near the 50-yard line as they run a little double reverse, misdirection, and Andrew Ellis, the sophomore, to All over the 50 to the 47 of Wood River.
And a little trickery that time from the Shells, a reverse right off the bat. And so far so good for Roxana as Ellis with a nice carry there.
First play from scrimmage, and that has them at first down. Graves was going to move, but they're going to change the play. Wells is behind Wallach. Evan Wells and Seth Sladen with about the same number of carries this year. We'll get into that as we go along. But they're going to throw the ball to Ellis, and there he goes again as he stiff arms a defender who then trips him up. Good defensive play, although Ellis got some yardage. The Oilers tried to stop him there, and they tried with Jake Gerber on the edge.
Yeah, might have saved a touchdown there with that shoestring tackle. And the Shells getting Ellis, the sophomore, involved very early tonight on the first 2 plays from scrimmage, and it's been really effective so far.
He's a good athlete and multiple sport athlete. Now they're going to give it to Wells, and that's power right up the middle for 24. And Wells is stacked up after a couple yards, and he is going to be inside the 30 for a gain of about 3. It'll be second down at the 29-yard line of the Oilers.
Still able to push the pile forward for 3, even though it looked like not much there.
Graves in motion. Now he's going to move back, and Wallach is going to look to the sideline. Coach Wade DeVries of Roxana, Coach Gary Herron of East Alton Wood River. In this Week 8 battle, here's Terrell Graves. He's going to go left side, has some blocking, and another shoestring tackle, but it's a first down in the red zone as the Oilers are chasing here. This time it's Graves.
Yeah, very well blocked that time. Graves had a lot of space in front of him, and really I think Sladen maybe saved another touchdown saving tackle rather for Sladen as he just got a shoestring of Graves.
So with 7:50 to go, the Shells are on the move. Here's Graves again. He's going to go left side again, make a move down the sideline. He's near the pylon. Did he stay in bounds? No signal yet. Now there is. Touchdown, 15 yards, left side, Graves for 6.
Well, very, very well blocked again, pretty much the same play. Graves just gets it, has plenty of blockers in front of him, lots of green, and takes it in pretty easily for the touchdown. And the Shells very impressive on that drive.
Well, they started at their own 31-yard line. They got a penalty to start and then a big gainer. Got a couple of first downs, and they were off to the races. 15-yard touchdown run, Graves. Roxana on the board, and now they go for the extra point. 7:42 to go, first quarter. Ellis, the extra point, it's up and it's good. 7-0, Roxana leading here early in Wood River. Back with more first quarter action in a moment. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices. Located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Down the field, a 70-yard drive capped off by a 15-yard touchdown run from Graves, and really a pretty easy drive it looked like.
Well, they like Wells, Graves, and Ward to run the football, but they threw in a little Ellis there in that first possession. Now the Oilers will try to make some adjustments on defense. Here's a good return, but another penalty on the Oilers on this return. Now here comes another flag. We may see a face mask at the end. It may be offsetting as number 2, Travis Skinner, returning that kickoff, and he returned it all the way out over the 35-yard line, but now they're going to talk it over. We're going to have a block in the back on East Alton Wood River. And I guess that's going to be the only call. And so the Oilers will be backed up again on their kickoff, and this was a nice return.
It was. Skinner headed out to about the 40 or 30-yard line rather, and that's going to be pushed back. And second kickoff, the Oilers have had a penalty, a hold on the first, and a block on the back here. And they're going to need to swing this field position a little bit, really get something going offensively here. And they may have to find something different than Sladen.
Well, Sladen has carried it coming into this game 148 times, 1,000 yards. He's at 11:06. Here's a little swing pass. It goes to Gerber as he's out near the 20-yard line. A gain of a couple, 2 or 3 there over the middle, and looks like a flag maybe after the whistle. Maybe an unsportsmanlike type penalty here. Let's see when the flag came in. It was a little late after a short gain.
Like he threw it in the direction of a Shell player. And it is against Roxana.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. The referee Bruce Menke has been busy so far with the penalty calls. 7-0 Roxana. They lead in Wood River.
That kind of gets back the penalty that they lost on the kick return and gets them back out to the 35, which is where they would have had it if not for the block in the back on the kick return.
And a first down, obviously. Here's Romero with it. He will take it and hand it off over the left side, and not much for Sladen there. He's run for 1,100 yards. He's had a couple of 240-yard games this year. He's had 15 touchdowns, and he has been something else, offense and defense, really.
He has been. He's had a great year and just tremendous numbers. But so far, Brett, just a no contest on the line of scrimmage. The Shells dominating on both sides. No push from the Oiler offensive line, and on the other side, the Shells ball carriers have all kinds of room before they encounter contact.
Halfway through the first quarter now, they're going to give it to Sladen. He's going to try the right side. This time he's able to turn the corner and keep his feet there as he goes out of bounds, but I'm not sure how far down the field he got before he finally was kind of bumped out there. He was tight roping the sideline. It's going to be 3rd and short, 3rd and a couple there.
Coach Aaron always talks about how hard Seth Sladen runs. There's a great example of it there. Just kept the legs churning, and looked like he was out of bounds about the 40, and he got 3 extra yards out of it to make it a 3rd and pretty manageable here.
3rd and 2, maybe a little less. Needs to get to the 45. Romero brings the new play in. Romero himself has run for 300 yards. Caillou Stilts 145. Morton Birch has run for 250. So they've had multiple carries and multiple runners too. Here's Sladen, first down and more. He may go. The 40, the 30, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown. And there it is, Seth Sladen. We talked about him, and there he goes for 57 yards.
And out of nowhere, really, just the offense doing nothing for the Oilers. The offensive line getting dominated. That time they open up a huge hole for Sladen on 3rd and 2. He bursts through it, gets into the secondary, and just runs away from everybody. As you said, 57 yards, and boy, do the Oilers need that.
3rd and 2, and the Oilers weren't doing anything early in their 2 possessions. And what do you know? Lightning, number 22, Seth Sladen. Who else? Oh, it's touchdown number 16, and here's the extra point to tie the game. It's in the air. It's good. It's 7-7. Shells and Oilers. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports, presented by.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
3rd and 2, a huge play. And Slayton with the touchdown, aided by an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the drive as well.
So here we go. It's going to go back to Roxana. Low line drive kick that's going to roll out of bounds. No, it's going to stay in bounds. He's going to grab it at the 1-yard line and knock down near the 5. How did that stay in bounds? And then it may have gone into the end zone if he lets it go.
There's no way if you have him do that kick 100 times that he could do that again. That was unbelievable that stayed in bounds. Looked like no chance. It hit about the 10-yard line and was headed straight for the sideline. It just made a right turn, and as you said, also, it would have gone into the end zone maybe for a touchback. And
he didn't have time to let it go.
He didn't really have time to think about it, and then who's down there to make the tackle but Miguel Romero.
So the Shells are backed up, to say the least, at their own 5-yard line on that kickoff. So 7-7 game, first quarter, 5:29 to go. And Wallach sets up the offense. Wells behind him in the end zone right now. Here's a handoff, Graves. They like Graves to the left tonight, and there he goes again. Graves, the bowling ball out near the 20. Still in bounds, I guess. He's out to the 30-yard line.
Well, they're going to have to figure that out if you're the Oilers on defense, because that's just easy money right there for Graves. That's 3 plays in a row. They've ran that little stretch play to the left, and it's been huge every time. One time a touchdown, and that one about a 25-yard gain.
Well, Wells hasn't touched it much yet. It's been Graves, it's been Ellis. And we mentioned that Sladen and Wells have about the same number of carries in the 140s, but Sladen has 400 or 500 yards more on the ground than Wells, even though they have about the same number of carries. Here's a direct snap, and it's going to go to the left side to one of the wingbacks or running backs up to the 34-yard line or so. And it's going to be second down from their own 34-yard line. Second down and about 7 to go. Shells with the no huddle. They're ready to go again. Roxana at their own 34-yard line. Oilers get ready on defense. Here's the snap back. Graves to the left side again. This time they bottle him up a little better. A yard or two to that far side, right in front of the Roxana sideline.
Might have made a little difference that time. They snapped it from the left hash. Didn't have quite as much room to spread that one out and get his blockers out in front of him. Now another flag flies out.
Late flag.
That's going against the Oiler defense for unsportsmanlike, I'm going to bet.
I guess. Too much talk down there after the whistle and after they were getting ready to set the ball for play, and a late flag.
Well, and that's a really bad penalty for the Oilers. They had them, 3rd and 7, finally getting some traction on defense, and now you give them a free 15. And Oiler defense has not been able to stop Roxana so far, and now you're just giving them free 15 yards. That makes it even tougher.
Well, Roxana waiting for the play on the sideline. Now they have a first down with that big penalty. 3rd down no longer. Up under center, Wallach. He'll hand the ball off. Up the middle it goes to the littlest running back, Nick Ward, number 4. He finds his way, but between the hash marks over the 50-yard line. He's to the 47 of East Alton Wood River. So second down and about 5 to go. Ward with a good gain. 3 minutes left, first quarter. 7-7 tie game. Here's a pass to Ellis. Comes to the near side. Gerber is going to make a nice play. Kept him in front of him there, and he gained a few, but not a first down yet.
They tried to get Ellis involved. That's the 3rd time he's touched it tonight. Very successfully the first 2. Not so much that time, but it will set up a 3rd and short here for the Shells. And They'll try to keep this drive going. This is where you might see Wells get involved, certainly.
Yeah, 3rd and short.
Or a quarterback sneak, even, although you've got a little longer than normal for a quarterback sneak.
24, 6'3", 210 should get the ball. Nope, it's Graves over the left side. He turns it up the field and has a first down. Sladen was there. Braden St. Peter's was there, but it's enough, just enough to the 41 for a first down.
Well, 5'11", 202's not bad either, and he was stopped maybe short of that first down and just lowered his shoulder, pushed ahead for that extra yard to get the first down.
He runs hard, no doubt about it, and right on through the middle of the season, now the end of the season. Wallach's going to throw it to Ellis again. He's got a step over the shoulder, off his hands, incomplete, out of bounds, 10-yard line.
A pretty good throw from Wallach that time. Ellis had it in his hands, tough catch, but had a shot at making a heck of a play there over the right shoulder and just couldn't come away with it. Well, boy, I don't know that that's something the Oilers had game planned much for defensively, the involvement of Ellis. He's been a prominent player here offensively in the early going.
And Wallach putting it up a few times here early in the first quarter.
I think we might get over that over under 10.
Maybe.
Shells might have 10 pass attempts.
Here we go again on 2nd down now. 2nd and 10. Wallach, a broken play. I think he wanted to pitch it to somebody, but nobody was home at all, so he turns it up here to the right corner and gonna get to the 35 or so for a gain of 6 or 7.
Worked out pretty well. It's kind of led by a nice block from Ellis, who led the way there that time, blocking out in his wide receiver position. So good job by Wallach that time to see immediately there's nothing there, pull it down and just run.
Now officials timeout, and Ellis came off the field.
I think Graves is, they're looking at Graves.
A little
he may be
shaken
a little
up.
woozy.
Yeah, he's a little shaken up somehow or another there. As they may check him. I won't say for a concussion, but the way he's wobbling off the field, who knows?
Yeah.
And so with a minute and a half to go here in the first quarter, Ellis went off first on the play change, but then they had an officials timeout as they noticed Graves was not ready to go.
That would be a huge loss, obviously.
Well, they'll see what happens on 3rd and 3 after that gain of 7 by the quarterback. Wallach up under center. Will it be Wells this time? That's a double reverse, and it's going to come to the inside for a big gainer into near the red zone, down near the 20. First down, Roxana.
And that was Ward on the little counter play that time. And interesting, I think Wells has carried it maybe once or twice tonight. It has not been involved, and I'm sure that's by design because the Oilers thought he's going to get it a lot because he has this year. He will eventually.
He will. You wear him down, and then 3rd, 4th quarter, he may get it a lot more, but depends on the score. 7-7 score right now. They give to Kaczmarek, number 22, who comes around the edge, and he's down inside the 20 for 3 or 4 yards. 2nd down from there. 30 seconds left, first quarter. And the Shells are driving again in a tie game here, 7-7.
Don't have to run another play in the first quarter if they don't want to.
And they won't as they back up and huddle up, and 15 seconds will go off the clock, and it looks like that will be the end of the first quarter, maybe. Now they come to the line, but there's only 5 seconds left. 2nd down and about 6 to go. Try to get the Oilers to jump off sides, and I'm not sure if they did or not.
They did throw a flag on the far side there. They're going to call offsides. Wow.
That's what Roxana wanted. They had no intention of snapping it, and sure enough, they get 5 more on an offsides on the Oilers defense. That's the end of the first quarter. 7-7 here in Wood River. It's the Shells and the Oilers on Big Z Radio Sports.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the riverbed and the river, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Football here on the Big Z, week 8 of the high school football season. Roxana ball as we start the second quarter. 12 minutes on the clock, 7-7 game, each team with a touchdown in the first quarter. Now we go to the second period, and Roxana ball in the red zone. Second down and 1. They run it to the edge outside there, and first down near the 10-yard line as now they start to give the ball to Nick Ward, number 5 for the Shells.
Yeah, Ward gets it there and picks his way for that first down, and just outside the 10-yard line.
So they can get a first down near the goal line, maybe at the 12-yard line here. In the red zone, though, first down. And the Shells going in for another score.
Graves is checked back in, by the way.
So Ward, Graves, and Wells, all to choose from for Roxana. It'll be Wells up the middle, has some room, and he's going to walk in over the left side. 12 yards, touchdown. Once he broke maybe one tackle, nobody else touched him. He's in for 6.
Yeah, just another pretty easy-looking run for the Shells. Their offensive line doing a terrific job tonight. Wells breaks one tackle maybe, and then bounces it to the outside and easily goes in from 12 yards out to give the Shells the lead again.
Graves had a touchdown to start the game. This time it's Wells, and now Andrew Ellis will try to add the extra point and make it 14-7 as the Shells get on the board again here early, second quarter, and take another 7-point lead. Pending this extra point, and it goes to the right, but it's inside that right upright, and it is good. 14-7 in favor of the Roxana Shells. We'll keep it here early in this second quarter. The Oilers going to get the ball back, and now they chase the score once again. A one-score game. The Shells have had a couple of leads here early, Nick.
You know, they have, and the Oilers have been penalized about 5 times, and really kind of silly penalties. Jumped offside, that really, I'm sure Coach Aaron was just beside himself when they jumped off sides at the end of the first quarter. They gave them 5 free yards that ended up being pretty important, and the Shells take it in for another touchdown. They've been the aggressor early on here. They've really taken it to them, and the Oilers have had the one really big play with Sladen, the 57-yard touchdown run. But other than that, the Shells have been, really dominating the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football, and that's something the Oilers are going to have to make adjustments on, and we'll see if they can do it on this drive offensively.
Yeah, we'll see what happens on offense now. Early second quarter as we get ready to roll some more here and get ready for the East Alton Wood River offense once again. Roxana will kick it off. They tee it up at their own 40-yard line. Low line drive kick. It'll take a bounce and it'll go to Skinner. He comes to the near side. He's bumped out near the 35-yard line as he scooped it up. And number 2, the black uniforms with the white numbers, the maroon and gold of East Alton Wood River, trailing 14-7.
Those uniforms you love as a play-by-play guy. No problem seeing the numbers.
Yes.
Hey, that's a win for the Oilers on the kickoff, by the way. No penalty.
There you go.
First time in 3 kickoffs they haven't had an illegal block of some sort.
1 out of 3. No penalty there. So now, Oilers at their own 35-yard line. Decent field position again. And they send 2 receivers to the left. Romero by himself in the shotgun here. 3 receivers to the left. And it's going to be Romero running to the right. And right there, unblocked, coming up to make an open field tackle, Braden Johnson, number 12, after a gain of just 1 yard for Romero.
Yeah, Johnson that time just came free. If he gets blocked, it could be a big run for Romero, but he comes free and blows that one up. I always say on offense, all 11 guys have to do their job well for the play to work. On defense, if one guy can break through, it blows the play up.
2nd down and 8. It was a gain of 2 there. And Romero, who has Sladen with him in the backfield, is going to hand it to Seth right into the teeth of that Shells defense. And maybe just a yard to make it 3rd and 7 now. Sladen to the 20, or make it the 38-yard line.
Well, other than the one play, the Shell defensive line has really been a brick wall. Been tough to run against so far tonight.
Well, that front 4 especially. But really both of these teams, the front 7 has really come alive here mid to late season. The front 7 for both of these defenses. Defensive line and the linebackers. Here we go, Romero, 3rd down. He's in the shotgun. They give it to Sladen, double reverse. It comes to the near side, not much for Ryan Morton Birch, the wingback to the 39, a gain of 1.
Yeah, Morton Birch got it, but by the time he got it, there were 2 Shell defenders right in his face and pretty easily bring him down and bring it 4th down. And
4th and 6, their own 39-yard line. Shells up 14-7, and it's punting time for Gerber and the Oilers. One of the seniors, 16 seniors for the Oilers on senior night. They snap it back, and Gerber boots it away. Nice punt down near the 30, out of bounds near the 25 or 30-yard line. Let's see where they get the mark going. Roxana will have it at their own 31-yard line.
You know, something to keep an eye on. We're in the 9 minutes left to go in the half, but the Shells have been a pretty bad second half team, and the Oilers, by contrast, have been very good. So, and I'm not sure, what the reasons for that is, but last week Shells had a lead in Bree Central and can't do anything offensively in the second half. So we'll see as the game goes on if that's a factor.
And the Shells have not won a road game this year, 0-3. All their wins are at home.
Didn't have to come too far for this one, though.
No, that's right. 2 miles, 3 miles, and that's it.
And they were still late.
With the police escort and all. Here's a snap back. Wallach going to throw it, and he has a man, and he makes the over-the-shoulder grab. It's Ellis, and he's gone. The 10, the 5, touchdown. He gets behind the defense, and he's done it again. 69 yards. They should know where number 3 is by now.
Well, they should, and the other thing, another great job by the Shell offensive line. Wallach with all kinds of time to sit and survey, and then Ellis gets wide open, and a pretty easy throw for Wallach to make there as Ellis has plenty of room. He hits him in stride and takes it in for the touchdown, and the Shells continue to roll.
This one, Wallach to Ellis over on that right side, and he walks into the end zone from there. 69-yard touchdown pass, and again, the Shells going to the air over and over again. Here's Ellis with the extra point, and it's in the air, and it looks good, and it is good, and it's 21-7. The Shells have opened a 14-point lead here in the second quarter. Back after this. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports, presented by
If you like to get out and go with a friend riding shotgun, the Z-Force line of sports side-by-sides are the perfect machines for you. Whether exploring the backcountry or racing down the trails, these beasts flat out give you more without having to pay for more. Life's too short to stay home.
I started on the police force at age 18. From the ground up, I finally made captain because I was given a chance to work for it. Everyone deserves that same chance. I'm Chris Tharp, and I'm not your usual Democrat. I'm a workers' Democrat. And in the Senate, I'm focused on two things: keeping our community safe and creating an economy focused on helping the middle class. Being a union member myself, we will add more trade schools and job training programs so everyone willing to work hard gets a chance at a good life.
The Oilers going to take the kickoff, 20, 30, 35, out near the 40-yard line. So, again, decent field position, but they're looking for first downs. They haven't been able to move the chains much.
Yeah, really just, I think, 2 first downs. One came on a penalty against the Shells and then the Sladen touchdown run. But other than that, the Shells have really dominated the play so far here in the first quarter and almost a half here.
Last year in Roxana, it was all Oilers. Remember, 34-0.
I can tell you one team that remembers.
Yeah, I can. That's true. And 21-7 here, second quarter, as East Alton Wood River gets the football. The snap back, Romero's going to run it. Has some room over the left side. First down and more. And he scampers away from defenders. All the way down near the 20-yard line goes the senior Miguel Romero.
Just a little run pass option that time. Romero keeps it and just picks his way and broke one tackle, and that's all it took. And he was free down the sideline all the way down to the 20 and knocked out of bounds there. And what a good start to a really important drive for the Oilers.
About a 40-yard run for Miggy Romero there. Wow.
You almost feel like they have to score here the way the Shells have been moving the ball on offense. Cannot get down 28-7.
2-touchdown lead right now for Roxana. Romero's going to hand the ball off. Right side, some room there. Here comes a flag. Sladen turns the corner. He's near that front right pylon, and he's knocked out of bounds inside the 5, but look out for a holding on the Oilers. It's coming back. It's coming back, so they were inside the 5 with Seth Sladen, but not anymore.
Well, big hole, and maybe the reason why is there was a hold on the play, and big run by Sladen. Would have been a 15-yard gain, would have been first and goal, but all that is not going to take place as the holding call negates it. It'll push the Oilers back to around the 30-yard line.
And the holding comes from the other side of the field, the left side. He was running on the right side, and so many times that happens. Now the ball's back at the 30-yard line of Roxana. So 30 yards away from a score now with 8 minutes to go till halftime. Romero has it. He's going to give to Sladen again. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. Not much there as the Shells were ready for Sladen up the middle.
That hold, I think, by the way, was at least the 6th penalty on the Oilers tonight, so they have been heavily penalized and they have been critical as well. And now a 2nd and 20 is no gain from Sladen. That time is again the Shell defensive line, that front 4, just a brick wall to run against.
And the linebackers and the secondary hitting well. Secondary for both of these teams have played well this year, all in all, making a lot of tackles. Here's Romero throwing to the left side, has a man open, caught, and near that front pylon, it's a touchdown, it looks like, for the Oilers. Tyler Robinson, the tight end, sneaking out the left side, and the Oilers are on the board.
Well, they don't throw it a lot, and Robinson's had a couple opportunities so far this year. He caught a touchdown last time I was here against Columbia, a big touchdown late in the second half, and he gets one there. Ball hung up from Romero a little bit. Robinson able to make the catch, though, and take it in, and that's a huge score for the Oilers.
30-yard touchdown pass, and Robinson seemed like he had to wait forever. That looping pass, couldn't get there fast enough, and now this kick is a low-line drive. It's going to be no good on the extra point. So 21-13 in favor of the Shells. They lead now by 8 points. The Oilers get on the board again. We've had 5 touchdowns here in the first half, and we're back after this. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Lennox system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
It's a one-score game, touchdown and a two-pointer.
Yeah, it wouldn't have surprised me at all if the final score had been 21-13.
Right.
And here we are, 7:09 left to go. It's 21-13. Both offenses have moved the ball pretty well. The Shells certainly better than the Oilers so far, but the Oilers are hanging in with a couple of big plays.
7:09 to go, so after that holding penalty, they throw the 30-yard touchdown pass. Here comes a run to the right side and knocked down there. Big tackle out in the open field there, and Roxana, ball carrier, was dropped there by Braden St. Peters with authority.
Oiler defense has got to play better on this drive. They just have been run over so far tonight. The Shells have had just really easy going. They've scored every time they've touched it, and it hasn't looked all that tough, really.
Halfway through the second quarter. 6:30 to go, second period. Here's Wells, the big man, over the left side, and Sladen in to help with that tackle after he crosses the 35 to the 36-yard line. And it's going to be third down and about 3 yards to go.
Kenny Morton helping with that tackle as well. A little bit in self-defense, I think, as he saw Wells just coming, and he goes low and brings him down.
Get in his way if you can, and get some help.
All you got to do is get him on the ground, doesn't matter how.
Right. There's a handoff, goes to Wells again, coming to the near side. There's a flag as he's tripped up. First down, about 7-8 yards on the gain, but the flag is back at the line of scrimmage for Roxana's offense. And it may be holding on the red this time. Red and gold holding Roxana.
Wells got up after the run and said something to Coach Aaron, I think. And if I was Coach Aaron, I would have just pointed at the flag and said, just march on back.
Not a first down.
No, you're going to have to run another one.
You're going to have to do it again. Yep. 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13 as they're backed up to their own 28-yard line.
Well, that's a big play for the Oiler defense, and they have not been able to stop the Shells so far. We'll see if they can here.
Snap back, and it's going to be a pass to Wells, but it's short, incomplete, as it comes to an end around, and it was going to be a pass after the handoff, and it goes short to Wells from Ellis.
Well, he was open, too. The ball was really just nowhere near him, though. I mean, he was open. If he hits him in stride, it's a huge play, maybe a touchdown, but just well short. Ellis kind of going to his left. He's a right-hander. It was a tough throw for him, and he just couldn't get it there.
And so with 5:39 to go, the Shells are going to punt. And the punt comes to the near side, and Sladen is going to let it go out of bounds just over the 50-yard line. It'll be Oilers' ball. We've talked a lot about the offense, the defense, and I guess I'm a little surprised the two defenses haven't played a little bit better.
Yeah, me too. And I think the Shell defense at times has played really well. They've stopped the run, but the Oilers have been able to make a couple of big plays. Big run by Romero last time on the last drive, and then a big pass play on a 2nd and 20. And then, of course, the 57-yard run by Slade. It's, you can't take those plays away, but it's really been just a few plays where the Shells have been, consistently dominant.
So from their own 45-yard line, Oilers ball down by 8. Shells lead it 21-13. Handoff Sladen, some room over the right side, and he's hit after a 4-yard gain, but 5 yards later he's down, and it's a 9-yard gain. Yards after contact, as always, for 22. Hard to bring down.
He is, and they used to always say about Marcus Allen that he always falls forward. He's always falling forward when he gets tackled, and Slayton kind of reminds me of that a little bit. He's always moving forward when he goes to the ground, it seems like. Always picks up those extra yard or two at the end of a run.
Under 5 minutes to go now till halftime. And Romero going to run to the left for a first down. He's got it and more. He is tripped up inside the 35, down near the 32-yard line. He goes. Romero again.
It's not even run-pass option really for Romero that time. He just tucks it and run, and I guess, just when you have the quarterback run, you do have an extra blocker, and he follows him for a first down that time.
Well, he's their second leading rusher behind Slayton, and he's got some yardage tonight. First down, 1st and 10, 33-yard line of Roxana. Here come the Oilers again as they head to that south end zone. From our left to our right, handoff. There's Slayton over the right side. He's going to pick up maybe 2 to the 31-yard line, 2nd down.
Not a lot there again that time for Slayton. Just a couple. Shell defensive line. Stout again that play.
I'm looking for Romero to maybe put in the air again. Who knows? But it could go to Slayton, could go to Gerber. 2 of his favorite targets. He had the touchdown to the tight end, Tyler Robinson, earlier.
Well, we have a bevy of candidates already here in the first half for our Munganast Alton Toyota Player of the Game.
Lots of players of the game tonight. It's already 21-13. Here's a handoff. Slayton stretching it out to the right. And by the time the Shells grab him, send him to the ground, he's near the 20-yard line for a first down.
We'll just call him a multiple-time winner of the award this year because, about every Oiler game I think we've done, he's won it. It's hard not to give it to him.
Right. Munganast Alton Toyota Players of the Game later tonight. 3:15 to go till halftime. The Oilers in their black uniforms, the white numbers. Slayton comes out for a break.
St. Peter's in for him. Gets it.
Here's a handoff over the right side and tripped up there, number 24. St. Peter's, another one of the seniors for the Oilers. 2nd down after a gain of about 3 into the red zone now. 19-yard line. 19 yards away from closing the gap a little bit more. It was 21-7. Now it's 21-13.
Well, it was danger zone time for the Oilers, down 21-7. Shells with the football. It was a huge stop for them defensively, and now with some momentum.
And they'll hand it off, 24 again. St. Peter's has some room, breaking some tackles, and he might be 1st and goal just inside the 10-yard line on a nice run to the left side. First down, Oilers.
It is a first down, and he does some good work on his 2 carries, and now Slayton will check back in for him. And the Shells are kind of hard to figure sometimes. They can look so dominant for periods of time, and now all of a sudden the Oilers getting push on the offensive line. It's a little hard to figure.
Well, the momentum can change quickly in a rivalry game like this, and it's now tipping toward the Oilers, it looks like. A little momentum. They're at the 10-yard line. Snap to Romero. He wants to run it, and he gets away from a couple of Shells, and he's down near the 5 as he escapes trouble. Almost a tackle for loss there.
Yeah, again, just straight snap to him. No faking it. He's just going to run it. It's a design run all the way, and he follows some blockers and picks up a couple of good yards. You mentioned this rivalry. It took a long break, obviously, and you and I were talking a little bit before. One of the games we remember back in 2003 when they met in the playoffs, and the Shells had gone 9-0 in the regular season. The Oilers just 5-4. A little chillier that day, as I recall.
Yes,
and that was a 12-6 final. The Shells won.
2003. And here go both lines jumping around, maybe offsides on the defense. We'll see. At the 5-yard line, that would move the ball to the 2.5-yard line. And it is offsides on Roxana's defense. 2nd down and goal. Now it's 2.5 yards away. 1:09 to go, just before halftime, and what a game so far.
So far, yeah. I mean, probably twice as much scoring as I would have expected.
Definitely.
And you're right, both defenses have not played nearly as well as I would have thought.
We're under a minute now. Romero waits in the shotgun. Sladen may get it. Here's a handoff, and they were keying on him. He's going to lose back to the 4. He'll lose a yard or 2.
If you score here, though, it's fine not putting it in there because now you're going to be able to score maybe. Well, they're going to take a timeout and talk about it.
Timeout Oilers. And it'll be 3rd and goal at the 4. Is it 4-down territory? Let's see what happens on 3rd down first.
I would kick it unless I was at the 1, I think.
Right. Maybe the 2.
Maybe the 2. It's a pretty chip shot field goal. And, 21-16 is a lot better than 21-13. But they have missed an extra point. It got blocked, so I think Coach Herron will differ than what I'm thinking. I think it's 2-down territory for him no matter what. But I also think he hopes he doesn't have to make that call.
Well, I think he's going to go Wildcat here because I don't know if Roxana knows it or not, but Romero's not on the field. He's back here. And
They ran a lot of this against Columbia. It was really effective. They would usually snap it right to St. Peter's and let him run.
He's ready. 24 is in the backfield. He's got a couple blockers in front of him. Unique formation on offense. St. Peter's ready for the snap, and the Oilers move before the snap. And false start, East Alton, Wood River.
Well, and that's one of the risks you take when you put personnel in there that are not used to taking snaps, and you kind of change everybody up, and everybody's amped up, and now you jump, and I would suspect you'll see the base offense back in. Here they come.
Yep, St. Peter's out, Sladen back in, Romero the quarterback back in. And they hope they break something here back at the 9-yard line, 3rd and goal. Because if they don't, then again,
you got a decision to make.
Yeah, you likely would kick it, but who knows? Who knows in a game like this? 35.9 seconds till halftime. Here's a man in motion, and he's going to get it, come to the near side, and try to stretch it out, and knock down there. No room at all for Ryan Morton Birch there. It's going to be 4th and goal, back near the 9 or 10-yard line. No gain. Timeout Oilers. And that play did not work. Didn't fool the Shells anyway.
No, it did not. And it's tough when that's for most teams. That's an obvious passing situation. 3rd and goal from the 9, you're going to throw it, or at least put it in the hands of your quarterback, because then you have some options to either have your quarterback run with it or complete a pass. But when you run it and it doesn't work, it looks really bad. And now, it's iffy field goal range.
Well, they're going to go for it. At least it looks that way.
And now another huge opportunity for the Shells to shift momentum back to their side. It's shifted back to the Oilers, but if they don't get it here,
it'd be about a 27-yard field goal, but that's not the call here. 4th down. Romero has it. He fakes the handoff. He wants to throw it, and it is almost picked off. Gerber, well defended there, and it's knocked down, and it's Roxana ball.
Yeah, that was just great coverage by the Shell secondary. Nobody was open. Romero had time to throw, but the Shell secondary had every receiver blanketed. He had really absolutely nowhere to go with it.
So the Shells will run out 16 seconds, and we'll go to halftime. And it appears it'll be a 21-13 score.
Another thing you could question there is, why take the timeout so quickly? Why not let the clock run down a little bit to where now, and the Shells are going to take a knee, so it's not going to matter. But
right. Especially that deep in
could
their
have
own
made that
end.
the last play of the half,
right,
for sure.
Right. So the Oilers disappointed because they got the ball down to the 5-yard line. They were 1st and goal, down by 8. But they have to settle for this 21-13 score. Roxana with the lead. Roxana has led throughout this first half, but there's still a lot of football left. It's the Shells 21, the Oilers 13 at halftime. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports, presented by the...
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungan Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mungan Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungan Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect. When you need reliable tires without breaking the bank, you won't find a better deal than Cheapy's Tires. Our extensive selection of tires include all major brands, both new and used, along with rims. We'll get you where you need to be with more cash in your pocket. We can work with any budget and get you back on the road in no time. Rough weather is just around the corner, and low tread just won't do. So don't get stuck with bad wheels. Visit Cheapy's Tires on East Broadway in Alton today. Dependable tires at an unbelievable price.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Hey,
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Get ready to fit a whole lot more into your day. Introducing the all-new U-Force 1000. It's the talk of the industry, and for good reason. It starts with the all-new 1000cc engine, 79 horsepower, liquid-cooled. Drivetrain, CB Tech, as durable as it gets under heavy loads. The U-Force 1000. Everything you need to ride without compromise.
I started on the police force at age 18. From the ground up, I finally made captain because I was given a chance to work for it. Everyone deserves that same chance. I'm Chris Tharp, and I'm not your usual Democrat. I'm a workers' Democrat. And in the Senate, I'm focused on 2 things: keeping our community safe and creating an economy focused on helping the middle class. Being a union member myself, we will add more trade schools and job training programs, so everyone willing to work hard gets a chance at a good life.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you. For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungan Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mungan Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungan Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect. When you need reliable tires without breaking the bank, you won't find a better deal than Chibi's Tires. Our extensive selection of tires include all major brands, both new and used, along with rims. We'll get you where you need to be with more cash in your pocket. We can work with any budget and get you back on the road in no time. Rough weather is just around the corner, and low tread just won't do. So don't get stuck with bad wheels. Visit Chibi's Tires on East Broadway in Alton today. Dependable tires at an unbelievable price.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
If you like to get out,
it's not, but they have played Thursday night game, Friday night game, Saturday night game, and some Saturday 11 a.m. action tomorrow. And here's the kick at the 20-yard line. It's returned by, looks like Ward of Roxana. Out over the 30-yard line he goes. And the Oilers on defense, the Shells on offense as we go to the third period.
Well, probably the biggest mismatch in the first half was the Shells offense against the Oiler defense. They really had their way with them, with the exception of one drive, had the football 4 times, not counting the end of the half drive where they took a knee. Scored 3 times and really pretty easily each time. The only time they didn't was they had a big holding penalty on that drive that got a big play called back. So the Oiler defense will have to play better here in the second half. And if you're the Shells offense, keep rolling with Graves, and we'll probably see, you'd have to think, a little more Evan Wells in the second half.
Maybe a little more Ellis, too, the sophomore getting in the mix tonight. Here's a handoff to Graves and a double handoff, the reverse. It's Ward up the middle over the 40 to the 41-yard line, and it seems like Ward is always between the tackles, and he's not very big, 5'7", 155.
Yeah, that low center of gravity, and he breaks a tackle there. Otherwise, that would have been a no gain on that play. But that one broken tackle makes it a 7-yard gain.
Second down and 3. Graves starts in motion, but they're going to change the play, or at least call a new play from the sideline. 2nd down and 3. And the handoff, Graves. They'll try to string it out again. This time Sladen comes up, makes a good open field tackle. Graves diving forward, though, and it's 3rd and 1.
That is a play that has yielded big dividends for the Shells so far tonight. Graves on that sweep to the left. It's been there almost all night long with the exception of a couple plays, and that was one of them.
Zach Huff, the center, will snap it to Wallach. Short yardage here, 3rd and 1, and Wells is going to pick up about 1.5 yards. Basically a fullback dive, and he has a 1st down to his own 46-yard line.
That got just enough there, needed a yard, got 1.5 yards, and keeps the chains moving for the Shells.
1st and 10 near midfield, 10:30 to go, 3rd quarter. In front of this big crowd on senior night for 16 Oilers seniors. Wallach wants to throw it, looks for Ellis. Now he's going to run it to the 50-yard line, and he's bumped out of bounds by Romero, and they'll mark him at the 46 of Wood River.
Well, that time it was man coverage, and Ellis was covered well, but everybody had their back turned, and Wallach just turns and runs with it, and by the time anybody notices, he's 5-6 yards downfield and ends up picking up 8.
Shells by 8 points, 21-13. 2nd down and 2 from the Oiler 46. Wallach is going to throw it again. He's going to throw it to Ellis, who pushes off a little bit, maybe not, just giving himself some room, and he made the grab on the sideline near the 15-yard line.
Well, Wallach really threaded the needle that time. That time it was pretty good coverage by Gerber. He was right there, almost got a hand on it, but Wallach just dropped it right in the breadbasket of Ellis for another big gain.
So into the red zone to the 15-yard line. The Shells at 4-3, the Oilers at 6-1. Here's Graves over the left side, breaking tackles. Oilers were there, but somehow he ends up with a couple of yards over the left side.
And not great tackling that time by the Oilers. Graves, good job, good hard running, but the Oilers should have stacked that one up for maybe a loss or no gain on the play, but Graves makes something out of nothing and picks up a couple.
And the Shells trying to go up by 2 scores again. 21-13 Roxana right now. Here's the double reverse again. It's going to come to the middle to Ward from Graves. And now a flag flies in pretty late in the play as it's going to go down near the 14. And we're going to have a penalty on the offense. The Shells holding. 9:27 to go, 3rd quarter. Back 10 yards for the offense. Roxana will now be back at the Oiler 22-yard line.
Interesting call there. You could have had a 3rd and 8 if you're the Oilers, but elect them to push it back, make it 2nd and 17.
2nd down, and they'll hand it off. No, it's the fake. It's a throw to Wells. Up the sideline he goes inside the 10. A little swing pass to Wells, and he is down near the 6-yard line, out of bounds.
That was really well done there. Great play action from Wallach. Wells sneaks out into the flat, and perfect throw from Wallach to Wells and a big run. And just a very nicely executed play.
So 1st and goal from the 6-yard line, just like that. And now jumping again, and let's see if it's the defense again. It is offsides Oilers. Wow.
I think 4 times they've jumped off sides defensively tonight.
Right in the middle.
I'm sure it was addressed at halftime.
Yes, of course. Offsides on defense over and over again. Here's a pitch to Wells, and he's tripped up in the backfield. Good open field tackle there. Caillou Stilts was in on that play. Well, it was 2nd down, or 1st and goal. Now it's 2nd down from about the 4-yard line.
Loss of a yard on the play, 2nd and goal from about the 4.
And 8:40 to go, 3rd quarter in this 8-point game. Shells over the Oilers, 21-13. That was our halftime score a moment ago. Here come the Shells. They hand it to Graves, left side. He jumps over one defender and some others there, including Sladen, in on the tackle. It's going to be 3rd and goal, and he might have picked up a yard or two. And so with 8 minutes to go, no huddle. Wallach right under center again, ready to go again, and there they jump again, I think.
Every time Graves goes in motion, they've jumped. I mean, not every time, but he goes in motion a little bit.
That's a false start on the offense. So take your pick. Flip a coin. This time it's movement on the offense.
That's a big penalty on the offense.
Because the Oilers were jumping around again on that defensive line.
Well, we talked about it at the end of the first half, though. This is kind of the same, definitely the same spot of the field. 2 down territory for the Shells. You never know. Up 8.
And they're at the 8-yard line. 3rd down. They're going to throw it. Ellis is there. It's picked off. Gerber there in the end zone, and he's got it. And he's headed the other way, out over the 20-yard line. A good defensive play by 17.
Well, they kind of picked on him all night long. He gave up the big touchdown to Ellis. They've been locked 1-on-1 all night. That time, though, Wallach had hung up enough. And Gerber goes and gets it, makes a great play. And I think, for a second, if he hadn't had a tippy toe in the end zone, that might have been a nice return. But that little getting his feet down cost him a second or two. And he's only able to bring it out to the 23. But a huge play for the Oilers is they get the football back instead of being down 24-13 or even 28-13. Now they've got the football back and down just 8.
Each team has been in the red zone and had no points. Late second quarter, early third quarter. Now Sladen goes to the right. Let's see, that might be no gain there. Little too much air under that pass by Wallach, and Gerber with a nice play as he broke on the ball and got it.
And again, the false start penalty, huge too, because it goes from 3rd and goal from the 3 to 3rd and goal from the 8. And instead, 3rd and goal from the 3, they're probably going to run it. It's going to be Graves or Wells, but having to do something that they're not as comfortable doing, throw the football. Though they've done it well tonight, it backfired there.
And now we have a whistle, timeout offense. Timeout Oilers with 6:55 to go. They're going to use one of their timeouts in a 2nd down and 10. Coach Gary Herron wants to talk this play over here at their own 23-yard line.
I think when one of us talks to Coach Herron after the game, one of the things he'll be a little bit frustrated about is just they've been a lot of mental mistakes for the Oilers. Penalties, jumping off sides, and now here you hate to have to burn a timeout in a close game with 6:55 left to go in the third quarter and a one-score game at the moment. So, but they have to because it just looked like maybe they're a little confusion offensively, and he has to burn one.
So the Shells defense, the Oilers offense back on the field after the timeout. 6:55 to go here in this third quarter. Oilers with the ball, Romero in the shotgun. Well, now they huddle up again and now ready to go. The play clock down to 10. The game clock, 6:55. They fake it to Sladen. They want to throw it over the middle, but it's behind Robinson. Dragging across the middle. Gerber was there in the area too, but incomplete to Robinson.
Yeah, and I think if Romero had to do over again, maybe you hit Gerber there. He's more open than Robinson on that play. And coming across the sideline, had a lot more room to work with. But in any case, it's incomplete, and now 3rd and 10 for the Oilers. It was there. Open receivers, he just missed them.
So coming out of the timeout, they throw the ball. Now it's 3rd and long. Romero with a new play. Now they may just go to the run and see if they can get the first down that way. Let's see. Or are they going to put in the air again? Empty backfield. It's Romero to throw. And he's hit as he throws it up in the air, and it's incomplete. Incomplete there over on the far sideline. And so 4th and 10. 6:44 to go. And they're going to have to punt the ball to Roxana. And the score stays the same. Shells 21, Oilers 13 after our first turnover of the night.
Yeah, we talked about turnovers being an important factor and hadn't been until that point. And boy, that last pass, Romero had to get rid of it a lot sooner than he would have liked, and he took a huge shot at the end.
Well, Gerber is going to punt it away. Man in motion, but he boots it away. Shells were in the backfield and on top of the punter quickly, but he got it away over the 50-yard line to the 49-yard line. Just over the 50 it goes. Good field position for Roxana, still leading by 8 points. 21-13 score, Roxana leading in Wood River.
You know, it's funny when things happen in sports, then you start to think about them as a team. And this is a situation the Shells have been in a lot this season. You know, kind of that one score away from really taking command of a ball game and haven't been able to come up with it. A couple times tonight they've had it and haven't been able to do it. And then last week, the same situation. So there's just been a couple of times where they could have taken control and haven't done it.
6:36 to go. We're halfway through the third quarter. Wallach back to throw. He throws it behind the intended receiver there. And it's incomplete over the middle as Wallach was being hounded there in the backfield. And so, 2nd down and 10.
Dangerous again that time from Wallach. You know, it just, we were way over the 10 on the passing. I think both teams recognizing that the other defense is going to try to gear up against the run, so trying to throw it, but now might be the time to get back to what you do best.
Wallach taking some time here, 10 seconds on the play clock, 2nd down and 10 on the incompletion. They'll hand it to Graves. Oilers in the backfield, but they can't grab him back there. He's going to pick up a couple, but this time, and the last couple of times, he's only picked up about 2 yards over that left side.
Yeah, they've at least stopped that a little bit. The first few times they ran it, he ran for 15, 20 yards every time, so they've been able to bottle it up a little bit, and now they put the Shells in a down and distance that they don't love. Ellis was the go-to guy in the first half. They've covered that up a little bit better here in the second half.
Now they're going to throw it over the middle. Wallach's in trouble, and he's going to be sacked. He's dropped in the backfield. They finally got him, and it ends up being Jamari Nunn, the defensive end. Jamari, the senior, makes the play.
Well, that's a big play there, and I just don't love the possession that time for the Shells offensively. You come out and throw it on 1st down. It's incomplete. Now you got 2nd and 10. I just think that was the time, that spot in the field, you know, get Evan Wells involved, get Graves involved, get Warden, get the running game going. They've dominated the offensive line. I think it's there for them if they'll commit to it.
Well, we're going to see a punt now by Ellis, and he booms it away. Line drive to Sladen. He lets it go. It's inside the 20, now inside the 10, and the Roxana player not able to keep it out of the end zone. It's a touchback. That was close.
Too close in 2 regards. Sladen so badly wanted to catch it. He came with it about a whisker of grabbing it, lets it bounce, and I'm not sure that it rolls into the end zone if they just leave it alone. But the Shells, the coverage team, 1 foot goes into the end zone. That's all it takes for a touchback. Huge play. That's a 19-yard difference.
So now you're out to your 20, your own 20-yard line. And still down by 8 points, 21-13 Roxana. Shells on defense again. No scoring in the second half. So far, here's Romero on the run. He'll keep it, and the keeper goes to the right side for maybe a yard, maybe not. Nothing there again, no room for the Oilers. A loss of a yard. Say his knee was down at the 19-yard line. So the Oilers get ready to roll from the right hash mark down to our right. They're headed to the north end zone here. Third quarter. 21-13. That was our halftime score. Roxana with the lead, and Shells have led the entire way, really.
Got to hurry a little bit here. Play clock under 5.
Snap back. They hand the ball off. Nothing doing there. Breaking tackles, but then finally hit at the 20-yard line is Sladen. It took the third or fourth shell, but it's still no gain. Actually, a loss again, back to, well, the 16-yard line.
Again, domination that time by the Shells defensive line. No push from the Oiler offensive line, and just gang tackling by the Shells. They've done a great job defensively at times here tonight, and that was certainly one of those plays.
72 on that defensive line. Mason Forsyth, 99. Ashton Noble, big defensive end. Here's a double reverse, and they're going to go the other way, and it's going to be good yardage. They fool the Shells, misdirection, out to the 50-yard line. Sladen handed the ball to Morton Birch, and he was off to the races.
Made one shifty little move, got into the open field, and that's a huge play for the Oilers, if nothing else, just to shift the field position and keep the chains moving, keep that defense off the field for just a little while longer.
Well, Coach Gary Herron saying the Shells defense aggressive, and they were too aggressive that time, going one way, and they turned it back the other way. Here's a run to the left side, and Sladen has a little room. He's brought down near the 45-yard line of Roxana.
That's a really good job by Kaczmarek to get Sladen on the ground that time. Good stiff arm from Seth Sladen, but Kaczmarek holds on and gets him down, and that's all that matters.
About a 5 or 6 yard gain, left side, Sladen.
And had Sladen been able to break that tackle, it's probably 20, 25 yard gain.
They're at the 45-yard line, second down here. 2:50 to go, third quarter. Scoreless third quarter. Here's Sladen going up the middle, trying to get that first down, but he's going to be about a yard short. Third down to the 43-yard line. 42, 43-yard line. So Sladen running over the left side of that offensive line, third and a yard and a half.
If you were getting pushed from your offensive line all night, this might be a time to take a shot. But since you haven't, I think you just have to try to get the first down and keep the chains moving.
Well, there's room up the middle as the Shells defense spreads out, and Sladen goes over the left side, over the left guard, and he's got a first down to the 36-yard line, 35-yard line.
Yeah, good call. They kind of spread out there at the last second and kind of made it easy for Sladen to pick up that first down. He just takes it, and it's kind of, he's 3 yards downfield. He's got the first down before there's any contact.
And we're under 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. Still no scoring. Really the only thing in the third quarter was that big interception in the end zone by the Oilers to keep it at 21-13. That's where we are now. It's an 8-point game, a minute and a half to go, third period. Romero hands the ball off. Sladen again. This time he tries the right side, and Shells all over him there as they gang tackle him, and including number 12 there again, Braden Johnson. And to the 34-yard line for number 22, Sladen.
Just a yard, but really the kind of drive that Coach Herron loves. It's just keep the ball away from their offense and keep the chains moving in a slow, methodical kind of drive. And, they're going to probably end up with the football as this quarter ends.
Well, Sladen is back in the backfield with Romero, Miggy in the shotgun. Romero fakes the handoff, and he's going to look to Sladen on a swing pass. He gets around a couple of Shells, and he's down near the 30-yard line for a gain of maybe 4. And I'm surprised we don't see that swing pass to Sladen a little more and try to get him out in open field a little bit.
That one didn't really work at all. In terms of the design of it. The Shells had 3 or 4 guys there, but they were all just kind of standing flat-footed. Sladen makes the catch, makes a quick move, and it really, the Shells had that one sniffed out to where it could have been a loss on the play. But instead he gains 3 or 4 out of it.
And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. 3rd and 6 for the Oilers when we start the fourth quarter. No scoring in that third period. So the score remains the same as we go to the fourth here in Wood River. Shells 21, the Oilers 13. Oilers ball to start the fourth. After this, you're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Get ready to fit a whole lot more into your day. Introducing the all-new U-Force 1000. It's the talk of the industry, and for good reason. It starts with the all-new 1000cc engine, 79 horsepower, liquid-cooled. Drivetrain, CB Tech, as durable as it gets under heavy loads. The U-Force 1000. Everything you need to ride without compromise.
I started on the police force at age 18. From the ground up, I finally made captain because I was given a chance to work for it. Everyone deserves that same chance. I'm Chris Tharp, and I'm not your usual Democrat. I'm a workers' Democrat. And in the Senate, I'm focused on 2 things: keeping our community safe and creating an economy focused on helping the middle class. Being a union member myself, we will add more trade schools and job training programs, so everyone willing to work hard gets a chance at a good life.
Back, Barrett Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Shells the Oilers 3rd and 6. We start the fourth quarter. Sladen goes over the right side, and he was about to go down. One final dive through the air, and maybe a first down it is. What a run by Sladen again.
Well, that was tremendous, and they're just feeding him right now, and I think that was going to be 2-down territory regardless, unless there was a huge loss or something on the play, but Sladen takes some stress off Coach Aaron by getting the first down with a last-ditch run there and lunging forward for the first down, and Coach Aaron doesn't have to make that decision now.
After the game, again, our Munganast Alton Toyota players of the game. 21-13, Roxana here. Handoff over the left side goes number 30, one of the seniors, Ryan Morton Birch. And the Shells are there. The wall is there at about the 25-yard line. Again, the Oilers 25 yards away, though, from maybe trying to tie it up. They need the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, though. Right now, with a minute gone in the fourth quarter, Shells 21-13. After one quarter, it was 7-7. After 2 quarters, this score, 21-13. We had no scoring in the third quarter. We've had only 1 turnover in the game. No fumbles, 1 interception. Now the Oilers get ready quickly, about to run out of time, but they snap it to Romero. He's going to try to run it. Now he pitches it late. Sladen has the ball, and he's up near the goal line. And touchdown, Oilers! 24 yards. Sladen again.
That was an unbelievable play call, play design that time. Looked like they looked confused, they looked lost. I'm not sure if that part of it was on purpose or not. But Romero takes it. He's looked like he's going to sprint out to his right. Kind of gives it like behind the back to Sladen, and he makes a great play down the sidelines, 24 yards and into the end zone. Terrific job that time by Sladen. His second touchdown of the night. And what a game he has had, and he's over here on the sidelines, maybe hurting a little bit, and now a big 2-point conversion for the Oilers.
And St. Peter's back, ready for the snap and the run. It's a low snap, and by the time he picks it off the ground, he will not be able to make it near the line of scrimmage, let alone the goal line for 2 points. So it remains 21-19. The 2-point conversion, no good there.
Yeah, and that's the second time they haven't been able to convert. So instead of kicking an extra point, they missed an extra point in the first half. They go for 2 here and don't get it. Not to mention the drive at the end of the half where they get inside the 10 and come away with no points. So, if they end up losing this game, the Oilers are going to have a couple things to point to as to why, but we got a long way to go still.
2-point conversion, no good. And so, 21-19. Roxana keeps a 2-point lead, even though they allow that touchdown. Still with 10:21 to go. 10:21 left, fourth quarter. Oilers will kick it to the Shells. And Roxana, we'll see what they can do with now a 2-point lead. Here's a squib kick that's going to go out of bounds on the far side, and penalty, Wood River. Lucas Moore put it on the tee, wanted a squib kick, and it went out of bounds.
Well, it's been now, the Shells haven't scored a point in the second half in a while. They didn't score in the second half last week, haven't scored in the second half this week, and I think you've got to get back to the running game here on this drive and just do what you've done best all year long. We haven't seen Wells get it a whole lot tonight. Graves has been very effective. Ward's been pretty effective, and they've made plays in the passing game, but I think it's bread and butter time if you're on offense for the Shells right now, and just do what you do best.
Yeah, it is the fourth quarter. Crunch time indeed. 10 minutes left in the game. 21-19 our score now. It's a 2-point game. Here's a fake handoff, and Wallach rolling to his right. He wants to throw it. He throws it in the ground. Incomplete, but then a flag back near the quarterback. St. Peter's was back there. Was it roughing the quarterback? It is a penalty on the Oilers.
I didn't see it. My eyes followed the ball, and I didn't see what was happening behind the play, but it doesn't matter what I saw. In any case, it's a roughing the passer penalty against the Oilers, and another critical penalty against the Oilers. Boy, oh boy. They're in double digits right now in terms of penalties, and they've all been, most of them have been mental mistakes too.
Offsides, personal fouls, holding, roughing the passer there. And now the ball moves to the 50-yard line for the Roxana Shells, looking for their 5th win of the year. They're 4-3. They'll play Marquette next week. Wood River will play Redbud next week, week 9. Here's Wallach throwing, and to the far side, it's incomplete. Dropped this time by Ellis over there, as he had a little 5-yard hook pattern, a little hitch there, but incomplete.
Al just took his eye off of it, tried to run with it before he caught it, and it's an incomplete pass, makes it 2nd and 10. So the Shells have come out throwing again on this drive. 2 incomplete passes, but helped by the roughing the passer penalty on the last play.
From the 50-yard line, they'll go to Graves here on the near side. There he goes, up the sideline, first down and more. And the ball came out, and it was not out of bounds. It's Oilers' ball at the 30-yard line. The Oilers somehow come out of there with it. Sladen, I believe, with a strip.
I don't know. It'd be one of those times where you sure wish you had replay to be able to see what exactly happened there. It certainly looked like Graves was out of bounds, but the officials say no, and it's a turnover, 2nd turnover of the game, and they both belong to the Shells.
Wood River will get the ball on that fumble. 2 turnovers, an interception for that defense. Now a fumble recovery here on the sideline. Now Sladen up the middle, breaking tackles, and he has 10 yards plus out to the 43-yard line, a gain of about 13 there. Sladen makes it 1st and 10, their own 43, and a 2-point game.
Just power running from Seth Sladen, all it is. And they look at the Shell defense now. They look a little bit gassed maybe, and that's the time when he usually really takes advantage. And the Oilers have kind of done what they usually do, give it to Sladen.
There's a handoff. Sladen's going to hand it off again, though. Double reverse, and up the middle of the field. The Oilers with another big chunk play, and they'll chunk it this time to Morton Birch over the 50 to the Roxana 42-yard line.
That counterplay's been effective tonight a couple times. That time it was Sladen to Birch again, and big gain for Birch into Shell territory. And boy, the momentum on the side of the Oilers right now.
That fumble recovery. Sladen comes out now for a breather. And at 1st and 10 from the Roxana 42-yard line. Handoff over the right side. No room there. They'll stack up the ball carrier. And St. Peter's running for a 1-yard loss to the 43-yard line. Sladen's going to stay out another play here. He's got his helmet off for a moment. Getting some water. Roxana 43-yard line. 8:40 to go in the game. Romero brings a new play in. Roxana 21. East Alton, Wood River 19.
Got to believe he's back in after this play if he can be at all.
Clock headed to 8 minutes left in the game. Romero gets the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to run with it. And he runs away from one shell, but there's some more there, and he's knocked down at the 38-yard line. A gain of about 5, 3rd down. Sladen back in the game. And so 3rd down and 6 more to go. They need to get down inside the 35 to about the 32-yard line. And they're at the 38.
I mean, can you imagine? I can't think of any other play other than they're going to give it to Sladen right now, right? I mean, they could get cute, I guess, but I'd be surprised.
Fake it to Sladen. Maybe Romero will take off.
Could be the counter again to Morton Birch, I suppose.
Here's a snap back. It is to Sladen. He's up the middle, and he's to the 34. A gain of about 4, but he needs 2 more. 4th down.
Well, play of the game here. You know they're going for it. I mean, you'd be stunned if they didn't with 7 minutes to go, and it's a 4th and 2, we'll call it.
From the 34, 4th and 2. The Oilers bring a new play in. 7 minutes to go in the game at the Roxana 34-yard line.
You know, it's where you think you just need 2 yards, but you know everybody thinks it's going to Sladen. You could probably make a big play here if you wanted to.
4th down. The handoff over the left side to Sladen. He's brought down. A yard loss. A tackle for loss as he couldn't get outside on that left side.
Boy, terrific play there by the Shell defense. They've held again. Great job that time on the far sideline. Couldn't see exactly who burst through over there, but they bring Sladen down. Looked like he maybe would have had it if he breaks one tackle, but can't do it. It's a loss of a yard, and now the Shell offense has a chance to salt this one away with a good long drive.
Roxana 21, Wood River 19. Now it goes over. The ball goes to Roxana on that 4th down. They could not convert and get the 1st down. Here's Wells coming to the near side. He's over the 35, out near the 38-yard line, a gain of about 3. 38-yard line, Roxana ball. A lot of time still to go. 2 timeouts for the Oilers, all 3 timeouts for the Shells. We're in the 4th quarter. Coming up on a 2-hour ball game. Here's a double reverse. It's going to come to Ellis here on the near side. There's a block in the back behind the play. Here comes another flag. Let's see if we have a face mask too, because that was at the tackle, and Ellis is going to lose yardage on that play. And the flag's all over the field. Unless they both are calling that block in the back there. Or holding.
Well, I think I maybe think about declining that one.
It was a loss of a couple.
Yeah, it'd be, you'd have a 3rd and long, but where they threw the flag, they're going to march it way back from that spot of that foul. So, yeah, you got to take that one down back to make it 2nd and, a mile.
Inside their own 20. Wow.
The spot of the flag was thrown so far behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, here we go from their own 19-yard line. Wallach with a little pitch and catch, and he throws it to Wells. Wells is brought down on that far sideline, out of bounds, over the 30-yard line, and now it will be 3rd down. And they'll still have about 15 more to go.
Good play call on second down. You pick up 10 yards, you get it in Wells' hands, and Gerber and Romero are the ones out there that have to make the tackle, a couple little guys, but they're able to get the job done, and now big third down and timeout for the Shells.
Timeout Roxana. They want to talk over this 3rd and long. 3rd and about 14, 15 to go. And we're down to 5:50 to go. If they make it, that'll knock a couple more minutes off the clock. If they do not make it, then they're going to have to punt the ball away, and the Oilers will have one last chance.
Yeah, and the Oilers are an offense that, they've made some big plays tonight. They've had some quick strikes, but usually an offense that needs a little time to score because they don't. It's usually methodical 10-yard, 10-play drives that they score on. So if Roxana gets a first down here, you make the Oilers' job so much more difficult. Ellis has been the guy all night that they've looked for in situations like this. And we'll see if he gets it again. In the second half, Gerber's done a great job against him. The coverage has been much better against Ellis. And they're going to spread it out a little bit. Trips to the left to start this one.
Thinking it might be Graves, but we'll see. It's the shotgun for Wallach. He's going to throw it here to Wells. Out on the edge. Nothing doing there as he's going to go down. And it's right near the line of scrimmage. St. Peter's, Sladen, and Morton Birch, they were all in on that play. Oster was there too, and with 5:25 to go, it's punting time, 4th and about 20.
I think trying to set up a screen there, but maybe didn't give it enough time to develop, didn't give the blockers enough time to get out in front. And now the Shells will have to punt it away, and Sladen back to receive it.
Here comes the punt by Ellis. It's a running boot, as always, by Ellis, out of bounds just over the 50-yard line. So the Oilers will have it at their own 42. 1st and 10, 5 minutes to go, a lot of time, and we're still in that one-score game, 2-point lead, Roxana.
But, what a game. I mean, just all the hype coming into this one between these two teams, and, crosstown rivals, obviously, and, meeting for one of the first. Not very often in this rivalry have they both had winning records, and they do tonight, and it has lived up to the expectations. A great game by both teams. It has been highly entertaining, and we've still got 5 minutes left and a 2-point margin.
In this second half, the defenses have taken over, and this is what we expected. Yeah. Maybe not like the first half. We expected this kind of a game here in the second half. And it is 21-19 Roxana. Sladen up the middle, spinning to the 50-yard line. He's still on his feet to the Roxana 45-yard line.
Sometimes you just don't know how he gains yard. I mean, that was not a play that should have gained 15 yards. He just keeps turning, though. He just runs so hard, and he just runs through the whistle every play. And terrific job there by Sladen to pick up a first down and take it into Roxana territory.
4:40 to go. Keep an eye on the clock. 2 timeouts for each team now. And Romero waits for the snap in the shotgun here in a 2-point game. He'll fake it to Sladen. Here comes Romero to the near side. He's got a first down. He's up the sideline. Good angle there. Roxana defender took a bad angle, and they're in the red zone down near the 10-yard line.
I think the defender kind of gave up on it, thought Romero was just going to step out of bounds. Romero makes a little cut, stays in, takes it all the way down the sidelines. 1st and goal for the Oilers. And, the Shells obviously keying on Sladen, so the play action to him that time works beautifully.
And so down near the 6 or 7-yard line is where they mark this ball. 1st and goal, Romero with the run. And he's had a couple big ones tonight. 1st and goal, 7 yards away. Romero hands the Sladen, breaks it outside, stiff arm, and he scores! Sladen over the left end. Touchdown Oilers, they have their first lead of the game.
Well, we talked about it, just a very good second half team this year. The Oilers have been and they've got all the scoring here in the second half, and Slayton just another run of really just willing his way. Shell defender had a chance that time to bring him down short of the end zone. Slayton with a stiff arm bounces it outside, takes it to the pylon and in, and now the Oilers will, I think, go for 2 here.
To try to make it a 6-point game. It's 25-21. The Oilers have their first lead with 4:15 to go in the game. Fourth quarter. Romero waits for the snap. Fakes it, and he's going to run to the pylon. He's hit. He's in. Romero over the right side for 2 points.
I keep thinking that the 2 plays they've ran with Romero, that, boy, it's just hard to give it to anybody but Slayton. He's having such a great half and such a great night, but they fake it to him twice on that drive, and it leads to big plays from Romero, and that's a big one, converting that 2-point conversion there, because even if Roxana scores, you never know on the extra point. But still a long way to go here, 4:15 to go. That drive took, less than a minute.
As they motored right down the field with a couple of big runs. And it was Romero, it was Slayton, it was Morton Birch. And the Oilers have their first lead of the game. Roxana scoreless in the second half again. So far, didn't score last week at Breeze Central, haven't scored tonight. And a little baffling, really. I mean, they were so good offensively in the first quarter. Those first 3 drives, I mean, it was just, easy, really. It looked easy, those first 3 drives. Give the Oiler defense some credit. They have made some adjustments and made some stops, but the Shells have just really gone stagnant offensively. 21-7 Roxana, and the game has changed in a big way for the home team. The Oilers on top. Here's Roxana returning the kickoff. Nick Ward out to the 42-yard line. Right up the middle of the field, Roxana with 4 minutes left, 2 timeouts. And a 6-point game, but now the home team with the 27-21 lead. 20 unanswered points.
The other thing to consider is the Oilers feel good in this spot right now. They've won a lot of games like this year. The Shells have lost a lot of games like this, so that gives the Oilers a slight edge here with 4:09 left.
There's a handoff, double reverse, up the middle, Ward, and he breaks a tackle to the 50. He's over the 50 to the 49, and now flags fly in. We may have a face mask on top of the run.
And Ward certainly thought so. He started signaling face mask right away. 3 flags out there, so I think they all saw it. It is an initial signal, looks like a face mask.
And still it was
5 or 15.
Yeah, it was a 9-yard
15
run, and then you tack on the big personal foul. Another penalty.
And 3 personal fouls against the Oilers tonight to go along with a bunch of holds and a bevy of offsides.
Incredible. And the lead, 27-21 Oilers, but now Roxana's at the 35-yard line of Wood River after that 15-yarder. Here's a penalty on the snap. We may have a false start.
It'll be against the sideline of the Oilers, I think.
Yeah.
Warning.
And that's going to be a warning on the home team Wood River on the snap there.
Well, Coach Heron was given the official on the sideline here in Earful, and he got tired of hearing it, I guess.
I guess he did. The flag was right away on the snap. So we'll do it again. 1st and 10, 35-yard line. There's a handoff to Graves. He's coming to the near side. Over that left side he goes. Up the sideline, near the pylon, he scores. Graves left end again, 35 yards.
That play's been there so many times tonight. You wonder why maybe they haven't gone to Graves a little bit more here in the second half, but they go to him there, and it's there. Great blocking down the sidelines, and Graves takes it in from 35 yards out.
Tie game, 27-27. This is the biggest play of the game, I guess.
We've said that a lot tonight. There's been a lot of biggest plays of the game because it's been that type of contest.
3:22 to go in the game. This extra point is huge. Ellis gets ready to kick it for the lead. It's in the air, and it is good. 28-27. Shells back on top as Graves scores his second touchdown of the game. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Lennox system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Battling here in week number 8. Here's a high, short kick, grabbed at the 25-yard line. To the 30, 35, out near the 40 goes Skinner, number 2. And here's a late flag, flying in again. It looks like Roxana injury on the field too. Let's see what the flag is going to be this time. And the Oilers and the Shells seeing another flag. And the officials talk it over with an injury too to a Shells player on the tackle. With 3:17 to go. Personal foul is called on Roxana. Right here near the sideline, not too far from where the tackle was made. It was, again, kind of a late flag.
Yeah, we've seen a few of those tonight. Most have been against the Oilers. That one goes against the Shells. And I was just going to say the good news for the Shells is they scored on that drive and got their offense back together. The bad news is they did it really quickly. So with 3:22 to go, we saw no scoring for a while. Now we've seen a couple scores in 2 minutes. And that's Graves who's down, so you hope he's okay, certainly. He's been the workhorse offensively for the Shells. And now Coach Wade DeVries goes over to check on Graves and maybe just inquire about the call from the official as well.
Right. Graves has been shaken up multiple times here in this first half, second half in this game tonight. 3:17 to go. And that penalty puts the ball at the Roxana 47-yard line, over the 50 for the penalty. Oilers ball, Romero with the snap. He hands the ball off, Sladen up the sideline here on the near side. Inside the 40, he goes cruising again to the 37-yard line.
Well, you know, for the first half of this game, the Shell defensive line was really a dominant force. The Oiler offensive line has started to enforce their will a little bit. And in the second half, they've done a tremendous job. You know Seth Sladen's getting it. I mean, for the most part, he's been the guy, and they still can't stop it.
Even if you've got guys there and hitting him, making contact, he gets 10 yards there somehow, some way. First down. As he comes to the near side, now he'll go to the other side. He's tripped up in the backfield, but he's still on his feet, and he makes it to the maybe 35 for a couple, but it could have been a 2-yard loss. It's a 2-yard gain to the 35-yard line of the Shells.
Well, 2:25 to go. Both teams have 2 timeouts, so the Oilers have certainly enough time.
Coming right down to the wire tonight, Shells and Oilers.
Everything you could have wanted, really.
Exactly. What a game, 28-27 score. Shells by 1 point Here's a dive there and tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Sladen maybe for 1 yard. And third down and still 7 more to go. And we're under 2 minutes now left, and they're 34 yards away from taking the lead.
Well, the Shells are probably 2 downs away, 2 stops from winning it.
It's in the balance right now. The Oilers, the Shells, 1-point game. 1:28 to go. Snap back, the handoff to Sladen up the sideline, left side. He's going to pick up some yardage to the 30, maybe the 29. Timeout, Gary Herron and the Oilers with 1:16 to go because he needs to talk over a 4th and short, about 4th and 2 to go.
I'm glad I don't have to call a play here. I mean,
it comes down to that.
What do you have in the playbook that, you know, you feel best about getting 2 yards? I mean, you've got a workhorse. It's so tough to call this play because you've got a guy that has just delivered for you all night long, but everybody in the stadium thinks he's getting it.
And a couple of times recently, that's meant that Romero takes off.
A couple times. That might be the call here.
Maybe Romero takes off on a little misdirection for 2 yards. That's all they need. 4th and 2, but it's a long 2 yards if you're the Oilers down by a point.
And the ball game here for the Oilers, if they don't get it, the Shells can run out the clock, take a knee, go into victory formation. So you got to convert here or it's over.
Do or die. Do or die. 1:16 to go in the game. Romero in the shotgun. He has it. He hands it off to Sladen. The push is good, and it's a first down at the 26, it looks like.
Wow. I mean, so close.
And it's going to be 1st and 10 as we're at 1:10 to go. Now the Oilers need to hurry up a little bit.
They do. And I don't know if that was a run-pass option or not. They gave it to the right.
Under a minute left. Romero has it, hands it to Sladen. Sladen up that left sideline, tries to get out of bounds, and they keep the clock going.
Wow.
So he gains some yardage, and now the Oilers will have to use their last timeout. I'm surprised he didn't get out of bounds over there.
Yeah, it looked, I mean, from over here, we're on the far side of the field that he did, but the official kept rolling it and said he didn't get out of bounds.
21 yards away.
And it cost the Oilers a few seconds because Coach Herron wasn't sure if they would get out of bounds. You don't want to burn your last time out. He has to wait and see. And it cost him a few seconds, but now the ball on the 22-yard line, you start thinking about where is field goal range here too. Down a point, a field goal wins it for you.
True.
But I think you'd have to be to the 10 to attempt it, I think.
Yeah, that would be Lucas Moore, and all the pressure would go on him. But right now, maybe you call 2 or 3 plays. No huddle now, maybe for the rest of the way.
And that's not something they do much. They always have the quarterback run over to the sidelines and get the play. So Coach Herron, hopefully they're called a couple and get this one going because you got none left. 0 timeouts remaining for the Oilers.
45.8 seconds. Romero's going to throw it. He throws it over the middle. It's a jump ball. And who caught it? I think the Shells had a hand on it, but it's incomplete at the goal line right down the middle of the field. And there was a mass of players there. 2 or 3 players for each team ended up in the spot there on the goal line.
I think 3 Shells, 2 Oilers, maybe 3 and 3, but up for grabs. And you know, if you're the Oilers, you're just happy to have another shot here, I think, on 3rd down though.
Jump ball at the goal line there. So that stops the clock, but it's 3rd and 4. So now you got to worry about the first down. That would stop the clock. 39 seconds left. Still a lot of time, really, to do something here, but it is 3rd down. Romero going to throw it again, it looks like. He throws it to the side, and it's Gerber at the 10-yard line.
They got to get up and spike it now.
35 seconds to go. First down at the 11-yard line. Stop the clock on the first down. 33 seconds left.
As soon as they spot it, though, they start running it again. So.
I think they want some more time on the clock. The official coming over. Maybe they don't. I think the time on the field may be different than the time on the board.
And that's giving the Oilers kind of a free timeout here while they discuss it.
There it is, 36 seconds. Now they start the clock and they spike it. And it looked like both lines were jumping before the snap there, but they did spike it.
And now, distance-wise, you're in range. Moore certainly has this in him, but they don't like to kick it. I mean,
you want to put it in the end zone.
Yes, you do.
In a one-point game.
And I don't know. Now the Shells are going to take a timeout.
Timeout, Roxana. They'll have one more to go if they need it.
Can you risk running the ball here?
Yeah, because 33 seconds. If you run it, then you need to get back to the line and spike it again if you don't make it, I guess. Coach Wade DeVries asking the referee something here during the timeout. So 28-27, Roxana. We had no scoring in the third quarter, no scoring in the first half of this fourth quarter, but now this fourth quarter, back and forth, back and forth. Sladen gave the Oilers the lead with a touchdown, 27-21. Then it was Terrell Graves who gave Roxana the lead with a touchdown, 28-27. That's where we are now. 33 seconds left. Here we go. Second down and 10 from the 11-yard line. The red zone. Romero swings it to Sladen. He's hit in the open field, and he's knocked down near the 10-yard line.
You can't really spike it. It'll be fourth down if you do.
Third down from the 10. Romero waits, and he does spike it. It's fourth down from the 10-yard line or so. 4th and 10. Need to get inside the 1, but that doesn't matter now, the first down.
You had time there, I think, to run a play. You could have slowed it down, ran a play. As long as you throw it into the end zone on that play, you're going to get another chance.
The T's coming out.
Try the attempt, the field goal to win it. Man, oh man.
The T is coming out.
But you had one shot at the end zone if you wanted to.
That's right. You're right. Because there's still 17 seconds left. Lucas Moore, and the Shells are going to use their last timeout. This is going to be about a 28-yard field goal where they put the tee down, and now they pick the tee back up. And go and talk to Coach Gary Herron again about this fourth down decision.
What a game. I mean,
what a game. After the game, our Mungadast Alton Toyota players of the game for the Shells and Oilers. Here in Wood River, week 8. And the Oilers try to kick a field goal to win the game. The senior, Lucas Moore.
Well, half the people are going to go home feeling sick tonight, I'll tell you that. What a game, though. They both have played so well.
Well, it'll be the 19-yard line, so about a 29-yarder. And it is blocked. Roxana has it. They're headed the other way, and they're going to score a touchdown the other way. It's a block and a return. Touchdown Shells with 4.8 seconds to go.
Well, Moore had no chance. He was right there, blocked it. Great block, and he not only blocks it, he recovers it and takes it into the end zone. Terrific play by the Shells special teams, and special teams wins it for the Shells tonight, it would appear.
34-27. Touchdown goes the other way as the Oilers lined up but somebody was not blocked right up the middle, and it was an easy block as that kick went right to the Shells player, and he picked it up on a bounce or two, and he was off all alone to the races.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to probably wait till after the game to figure out who it was.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're listening on the radio, it's impossible to see Shell numbers. But somebody made a great block and a great play.
Try to make it an 8-point game with the kick now. And there's only 4.8 seconds to go, and the Shells look like they're going to pull it out here in Wood River and go to 5-3. The Oilers would go to 6-2. The extra point is in the air, and it is good. 35-27, Roxana. On that blocked kick, blocked field goal, and the return for the touchdown. Makes it an 8-point game, 35-27.
Boy, so tough for the Oilers. They had a lot of chances down in the red zone. At the end of the first half, they come away with nothing. They missed an extra point, didn't get a 2-point conversion. So a lot of things you could go back and point to where they didn't score, and it cost them because now you have to go for the field goal there. And then, the last play, running it up on third down and spiking it when there was time to run a play.
You throw it into the end zone and hope you can score a touchdown on third down, but the spike made it fourth down.
May not have mattered, of course.
True. Never know. Instead, the Shells are going to escape with a road win just down the road from Roxana to Wood River. 4.8 seconds left. Probably a squib kick coming here. Try to run out the clock. And it is a short kick grabbed by the Oilers there. 2 seconds left. Now a lateral, and the time has run out. The Oilers at their own 35-yard line, still running around. The pitch, though, is going to be picked up by Roxana, and the Shells will not go down there. Now Sladen makes a tackle at the 5-yard line, and that will be the ball game. The Shells 35, the Oilers 27, our final score. Roxana with win number 5. The Oilers stay at 6 wins, 6-2, with week 9 on the way next weekend. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports, presented by.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungan Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mungan Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungan Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect. When you need reliable tires without breaking the bank, you won't find a better deal than Cheapy's Tires. Our extensive selection of tires include all major brands, both new and used, along with rims. We'll get you where you need to be with more cash in your pocket. We can work with any budget and get you back on the road in no time. Rough weather is just around the corner, and low tread just won't do. So don't get stuck with bad wheels. Visit Cheapy's Tires on East Broadway in Alton today. Dependable tires at an unbelievable price.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
If you like to get out and go with a friend riding shotgun, the Z-Force line of sports side-by-sides are the perfect machines for you. Whether exploring the backcountry or racing down the trails, these beasts flat out give you more without having to pay for more. Life's too short to stay home. Get ready to fit a whole lot more into your day. Introducing the all-new U-Force 1000. It's the talk of the industry, and for good reason. It starts with the all-new 1000cc engine, 79 horsepower, liquid-cooled. Drivetrain, CB Tech, as durable as it gets under heavy loads. The U-Force 1000. Everything you need to ride without compromise.
I started on the police force at age 18. From the ground up, I finally made captain because I was given a chance to work for it. Everyone deserves that same chance. I'm Chris Tharp, and I'm not your usual Democrat. I'm a workers' Democrat. And in the Senate, I'm focused on 2 things: keeping our community safe and creating an economy focused on helping the middle class. Being a union member myself, we will add more trade schools and job training programs, so everyone willing to work hard gets a chance at a good life.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Lennox system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone.